So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve the problem maximum intersecting lines. So n horizontal line segments are arranged on the x-axis of a 2D plane. The start and the end point of each line segment is given in n cross 2 matrix. Your task is to find the maximum number of intersections possible of any vertical line to the given n line segments. So let's understand the question with an example test case. So let's say we are given these intervals, you can see, and let me draw some diagram to best illustrate it. Okay. So let's say I have coordinate axis, and within that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now you can see 1, 2, 3. That means I have a horizontal line from 1 to 3. So I will start from 1 and I will end up till 3. So one thing you can see how many integral points are here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so mark these integral points. Now, let's come to 2 to 3. So I will start from 2 and I will end up till 3. Now, how many integral points are there? Only 2 here. Okay. Now, next time, let's start from 1 and end at 2. So, 1 and 2. Now, how many integral points are there? These and these. Similarly, next is 4, comma 4. So, it is at same point. Okay. So, this is only 1. Now you have to draw a vertical line anywhere, let's say 5, 6, 4, anywhere. And you have to find how many points are intersecting with that vertical line. You have to find max number of points. So just direct question. Let's come to direct part that they are asking that we have 2 points here. So vertical line can intersect 2 points. We have 3 points here. So when line is drawn at 2, it will generate 3 intersecting points. When a line is drawn at 3, it will generate 2 intersecting points. When a line is drawn at 4, it will generate 1 intersecting point. When line is drawn at 5, it will generate 0 points. Okay. Similarly, it's 6, 7, 0, 0, 0. Now you have to find maximum for all of them. So maximum all of them is 3. That means at line 2, we have 3 intersecting points. So answer is equal to 3. So now, how can we pose this question? So the brute force method that you might think that we can store the frequencies, like I can create a frequency array of any size, let's say, and what I will do, I will start for every interval. Let's traverse every interval. And for every interval, I have start point and I have end point. I will make the loop to start and frequency of S, frequency of, let's say it's I, frequency of I plus plus, frequency of I plus plus, and whichever has maximum frequency, take it. But this is brute force. Obviously, we have to optimize it. So the optimize method, before understand the optimize method, let's have some two observation that is required for going to the question. Okay. So now, first observation is, let's say I draw 1, comma 3. Okay. So let me draw that number line again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, within that number line, I have 1, 2, 3. That means 1, 2, 3, we have 3 points. In the interval 1, 2, 3, we have 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So I will say this will be the frequency plus plus. That means its frequency will become plus 1, and plus 1. Similarly, for 2 to 3, we have 2 points, 2, comma 3. So I will say, okay, frequency will become plus 1. Similarly, from 1 to 2, we have 2 points, 1, comma 2. Make the frequency of all of them as plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. For 4 to 4, I have only 1 point, 4. So I will say frequency plus plus. So how many elements are there? 3, 2, 2, and 1. So I have to find the maximum. So the question is not drawing about vertical line. Just have to count where I can get maximum frequency. Okay. So the question is this. Now, how can we get this in optimized approach? So just check, just see what I'm trying to do. You will get when I will try run the approach. You will get the intuition after that. Okay. So when I have 1, 2, 3, what I will do, let's say I have interval S, comma E. I will say frequency of S plus plus, frequency of E plus 1 minus minus. Just follow up with me. Okay. Many of you might know, but if you don't know, let's see. Frequency base plus plus, that means I have interval 1, 2, 3. So I will say frequency of 1 plus plus, frequency of 3 plus 1, that means 4 minus minus. So I will say initially all of them is 0 frequency. Okay. And I will say frequency 1 plus plus, it will become plus 1. And similarly, frequency of 4, because we have 3, so 3 plus 1 is 4. So it will become minus 1. Now let's come to 2, comma 3. So for 2, comma 3, let's come to 2, comma 3. So for 2 comma 3, I will say frequency of 2 plus plus. And for n interval, we have to do plus 1 and 3 plus 1 minus minus. That means frequency of 4 minus minus. So I will say frequency of 2 will be plus 1. Frequency of 4 will be minus 1. Similarly, again come to this frequency of 1 plus plus and frequency of 2 plus 1. That means 3 minus minus. Similarly, frequency of 4 plus plus and frequency of 4 plus 1. That means it will become minus 1. Okay. So just I'm doing taking the starting and end interval. And what I will do frequency of s plus plus, frequency of e plus 1 minus minus. So now let's take the prefix sum. To first count them. Okay. 2, 1, minus 1. This will be minus 1. This will be minus 1. Okay. So now here I will get, if I take the prefix sum, this will be equal to 2 and this will be equal to here 3 and here it will be equal to again 2 and here it will be equal to again it will be yes 1. Okay, and here it will be equal to 0. Okay, so now what you have seen, this is the frequency that I'm getting. How? Let me tell you. What I was doing, I was saying, let's say I have interval 2 to 4. I was saying plus 1 and frequency of 4 plus 1 minus minus. So, okay, I will say yes. That means when I traverse this array, then I will make this plus 1 to go ahead. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. So you should go till 4. That's I require. Okay, so this frequency of 2 will be plus 1. So when I traverse the array, I will make this plus 1 while going ahead. Okay. Now when I go next time at next position, I will do minus 1. Why? Because this one should not be taken ahead because this frequency is lost now because this frequency were only available for 2 comma 4, not more than that. That means plus 1 will be done here. When I traverse the area, I will do plus 1. This will be plus 1. And at next position, I will do minus 1. So that when this plus 1 will come here, then what it will say? It will say, just do me minus 1 because I am for only this frequency, not more than that. Okay. So this is the intuition that why I'm doing frequency of S plus plus and why I'm doing frequency of E plus 1 minus minus. Okay. This was the intuition. Now in the question, you can see that the intervals are in the form of minus 10 to the power 9 to 10 to the power 9. So I can't make a frequency array. Why? Because within the frequency array, I can store only positive integers, but I have negative integers as well. Because let's say I have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So how can I do frequency of minus 1 plus plus? That's not possible. So here comes what? Map. Map can do the same thing as we want. Okay. So I will say, should I use unordered map or map? Okay. So I will use map. Why? Because map keeps the thing in sorted order. So let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't want 4, 3, 2, 1. I want that when I traverse ahead, I want in sorted position like 2 to 4. As I said, this is the trick that we can only traverse in sorted position. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, and here we will do minus 1. So that means we will use map here. Now, one thing you might say, so should I traverse all minus 10 to the power 9 to 10 to the power 9 and do map and check the map? No, you don't have to traverse. So let's say, let me take some example, 1, 3, 2, 4, and 4, 6, let's say. Okay. Now, when I do 1, 2, 3, so let's say I have interval 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I will say this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So now I will say 1, 2, 3. Okay. And 2 to 4. Now 4 to 6. Now what I will do? I will say map of 1 for this interval. Map of, let's say this is a map. Map of 1 plus plus. 1 will be plus 1. For 3 minus 1. So 3 was initially 0. It will be minus 1. Similarly, no, it will be 4. No, it will be 4. Because I said 3 plus 1. Okay. Now frequency of 2 plus plus again. And frequency of 4 plus 1. That means 5 will be minus 1. So 4, frequency of 4 will be plus 1. So it was already minus 1. When I do plus 1, it will become 0. Frequency of 7. Frequency 7 will be minus 1. Okay. So now you can see I have skipped some of the points like 6 and 3 are not there in the map. So should I consider it? No. Why? Because let's say I have 1, 2. 3 is giving the same answer as 2. So why should I take it? Why should I take it? Why should I take it? Similarly, I have skipped 6 as well because 6 is giving same answer as 5. It will also give 2. It will also give 2. That means by observation, I can say that I don't have to take all the points from 10 to the power 9 to plus 10 to the power 9. I have to take only elements which are available in the pair or which are available in the interval to us. Okay. Because those are the different answer. Because let's say 2 and 3 will give same answer. 5 and 6 will same answer. So by observation, when you observe, so by observation, you can say that I want only those number which are available in the map, not more than that. Okay. So whosoever is maximum, when I take the prefix sum of all, like 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. When I added them all for this, let's say, so let's say I try in this. So let's say here is 1. 1 as frequency, 1, 4 as 0, no, 4 as 0. And similarly, we have 2 as -1, 5 as -1, and 7 as -1. So here, let's say 7 -1. So I will say I don't have to take like 5 as also -1. So I will take 5 as well. I don't have 3. Okay. So let's remove this. 3 is not available. So I will say, okay, let's take the prefix sum. 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, -1. I think I have written something wrong. I think I have to write this +1. This is 2. So this is 2. Sum is 2. Sum is 1. Sum is 0. So I will say, okay, who has maximum? 2 has maximum, 3 has maximum. So take any of them. So answer will be equal to 2 here. So this was all about intuition. So just the question was all about, we have to optimize the question in big O of 1. That we will do frequency of S plus plus and frequency of N plus 1 minus minus. Secondly, we don't use frequency array because we can't make 10 to the 9 and we can't use negative integer as well. Otherwise, we have to traverse whole array. So what do? We will make a map which keeps the thing in sorted order and take only those intervals which are required, because other in between interval will give the same answer whosoever are adjacent to them. So I will say this is all about the intuition. So let's jump to the code. Now what we do? Now initially we will create a map, as I said. Why not random map? Because it will not keep in the sorted order. I want only sorted order. Okay. So that I can traverse ahead and take the prefix sum. Now I will traverse a map, and what I will do? I have interval like S comma E. Okay, as I said. And within this, what I will do? Frequency of S plus plus and frequency of E plus 1 minus minus. Just do it correctly. So like S is equals to IT 0 and E is equals to IT 1. So frequency of S plus plus, frequency of E minus minus, E plus 1 minus minus. And we have done this. Because we have created map, so I will do map uh, like this. Now, what is the complexity? Complexity will be for inserting the element is log n, and for traverse the map, let's say n. So this will be n log n, and obviously I'm take auxiliary space n for storing the intervals. This is something like following the complexity. Maximum is 1. Why? Because at least one interval will be there, one point will be there which will cover. Like I say 1, 2, 3, like this interval only there. So at least one is there. One answer is there always, which can be, which can intersect. Okay. So int max is equals to 1. And I will make a prefix sum. Prefix sum is equal to 0. What prefix sum at every point depicts? It shows the frequency of every element. Okay. Now what I will do? I will traverse the map. Since map is in sorted order. So let's say I have interval like 1, 3, 5, 6. So when I go here, prefix sum will give the frequency of 1. Then I come here, it will give the frequency of 3, frequency of 5, frequency of 6. I don't have to take 2 and 4. Why? As I already said, because they are not required. It will give the same answer as others. Frequency, so I will say prefix sum. Initially was 0. Pre sum plus is equals to IT second. That means what is IT second? Frequency. What are we doing? Map, like here within the map we have these elements, so I will take the prefix sum of all of them in the sorted order. Okay. And then what we do, we will take the maximum every time, whichever has a maximum frequency, just take it and return it as it is. Now return maxi. So let's try to compile it in the code and check whether it's working fine. So what I have done wrong? Or auto it comma mp, basically no. I have to traverse the lines array, because lines array has two parameters, starting point and ending point. I was traversing the map. Okay, let's try to compile the code again. Yes, so let's submit the code and check whether it's working fine. So yes, it's totally working fine. So just there was a trick, frequency of S plus plus, E plus and minus minus. It will be useful in many questions where intervals come and we have to count the frequency. So in big of n time, we can get the frequency of all the elements. And how can we get the frequency? By making the prefix sum. Prefix sum is something like I will add from the previous and go ahead, and I will take the maximum every time, and maximum frequency I will get. So this was the question. So if you like the explanation, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.